Hello everyone. We are doing lesson 2 of class 8th NCERT textbook linear equation in one variable. In class 7th we learned about simple equations in one variable. We'll also learn the methods to find their solutions. We did a lot of word problems. Then we also learned how to balance the equation. So, in this chapter, what new are we going to learn? We are going to learn few more methods or techniques to solve the linear equations. Then we shall solve equations which are reducible to linear equations in one variable, means there will be complicated equation and you have to reduce it to the standard form and then solve the value or find the value of the variable. Like knowing everything about simple equations, that is knowing the definition of variable, what is an equation like, but still if you are struggling with solving equations and you have limited time for you to complete homework, like you need help with your homework, any assignment, class projects, or even an upcoming test, then you are at the right place. But before we move on with the first exercise of the lesson, let us revise few important rules, methods, techniques, concepts that we were taught in the previous class. So firstly, what were we taught in the previous class is the definition of an equation. Like say for example, if I am writing 2x minus 1, this type of statement is called as a expression. And I can write the same as 2x minus 1 is equal to 7. Now this is a equation. This is an equation. How did it become an equation? I simply added this equal sign. So by the use of this equal sign, the expression became an equation. Now let's see, if you have 2x minus 1 is equal to 7, we call this as linear equation in one variable. This is what we call these type of equations. Let us decode each and every term that is given in the lesson, that is linear equation in one variable. Firstly, the term equation, as we just discussed, equation comes from the equal sign, so that is why this is called as an equation. Then why is it called as one variable? Because there is just one variable. Then this class we will be studying why it is called as linear. If you look at the power of the variable, what is the power of the variable here? The power of the variable is 1. So any equation which has variable, like in this case if it has one variable and the power is equal to 1, such kind of equation is called as a linear equation. Now the point is, do we have any other type of equation whose power is more than 1? So the answer is yes. Like I can write 2x square plus 2x plus 7 is equal to 0. 3x to the power 4 minus 11x square cube plus 9x square is equal to 0. Then 8x cube minus 11 is equal to 0. So if you notice here, the degree of the variable is not 1. The degree of the variable is 2, 4 or 3. So it is greater than 1. So these type of equations are not linear equation. So to be a linear equation, it is very important that we have the highest power should be equal to 1. Keeping all these three things in mind, we write ax plus b is equal to 0. So what is this? This is the, you can say this is the general form of linear equation. Means any linear equation should be of this form, where my a and b are real numbers. Now, what are real numbers? By now, you know that real numbers are all those numbers which can be plotted on the number line, all the rational, irrational numbers, whole numbers, natural numbers, integers, fractions, decimals. Think of any number belongs to the bigger family of numbers called as real numbers. But a should not be equal to 0. So this is very, very important, that any linear equation should be of the form ax plus b is equal to 0, but a should not be equal to 0. Why a should not be equal to 0? Let's see why a should not be equal to 0. What happens if a is equal to 0? So if I write 0 into x plus b is equal to 0, 0 multiplies x, so 0 x times is 0, so b is equal to 0. What happened to the variable x? It is like it's no more there in the equation, so it is not a linear equation in one variable. So it is very important that when we define a linear equation, the linear equation should have a general form of ax plus b is equal to 0, but the term a should never be equal to 0. B can be 0, like we can write in this form, we can write 2x is equal to 3. I can write 4 is equal to y by 7. I can also write 2x minus 11 is equal to 0. I can also write 2x plus 7 is equal to 4 by 3. Anything, but the value means the coefficient with the variable should not be equal to 0. This is what you have to remember.